Welcome back to FryMinis. I'm Eric, and today we're talking about the hamster wheel we call collecting. Speaking of collecting, thank you to my patrons for keeping the minis flowing. Do you want to support the channel? Consider joining the Spud Club. This will be a short video, but I wanted to comment on being responsible while collecting. I've heard a lot of complaints about the increased rate at which books and minis are being produced. I mean, we all want it all, right? Every single thing, every single book, every single mini. The problem is we don't all have Scrooge McDuck style money pits. The point I'd like to make today is that we don't have to buy everything as soon as it comes out. It's sacrilege, I know, but please hear me out. Wizards of the Coast is releasing 3 more books this year. So that's $50 each, right? That's $150 you're gonna spend this year. If you want to pick those up on D&D Beyond, those are usually about $30 each, so another $90. Oh, but hey, you play on Roll20 too? Well, guess what? That's another $90. Are you hardcore and you want to snag the collector's edition covers like a lot of people? Well, guess what? You're in for another $150. I think each book will also come with its own dice and miscellany set for $30 each for, guess what? Another $90. And don't forget the special DM screens for $15 each, right? You have to have the whole thing. Oh shoot, but guess what? You've got this adventure, so you need minis to go along with it, right? Well, Whiz Kids brick prices are now at about $160 on dndmini.com. So you'll need to get a few bricks to cover each set to get most of the regular minis. So that's going to be $320 3 times each book. But don't forget, they've got premiums. So let's take an average of $80 for one of those. So $240. Now that you're on the website and you see they've got even more starter sets, and you have to pay whatever those cost. Oh, but what's that? A $750 The Wild Beyond the Witchlight collector's box that contains one of each mini? That's got to be way cheaper than buying a case and all the premiums, right? No. $500 for the case, plus $80 for the gas balloon premium, plus $80 for the carnival premium, $30 for starter set 1, and another $30 for starter set 2. That's $720. Sure, the collector's box contains 2 exclusive minis. It also contains the 7 promotional minis you get from ordering at dndmini.com or a physical store. The collector's box contains a total of 81 minis. If you purchased a case, so a case is 4 bricks, each brick contains 8 boxes, and each box contains 4 minis. You'd be getting 128 minis before you even count all the extra sets versus 81. But Eric, that price is so close, it doesn't matter. I don't care about hoarding duplicates. Okay, sure. But those are the full prices from dndmini.com. They don't actually sell a case, which you would need if you're buying individual bricks to guarantee that you're not going to get duplicates in those bricks. But if we look at something like miniaturemarket.com or perhaps your local game store, we've got a very different story. I see a case for $480. Starter sets for $24, gas balloon and carnival each at $72. So now we're looking at $670 for at least 149 minis, depending on your promotional options, of course, versus $750 for 81 minis. The dollar per mini value doesn't really matter, I think, because the premiums throw off the average so much, but that's $4.49 per mini versus $9.25 per mini. I don't mean to hate on Whiz Kids for this collector's box. I think it's a really cool idea and I applaud them for trying something new. I just want to help you understand that this isn't a replacement for traditional collecting. As for the books, there are a ton of official books already out. There are thousands of incredible third-party adventures available to you. If your group spends a year playing through Dungeon of the Mad Mage, don't think of it as missing out on those newly released books. Consider all the great content you've got waiting for you to explore next. I've got a bunch of unpainted minis. A lot of people call that a pile of shame, and I know we're all being silly, but I actually call it a mountain of opportunity. Every time I want to paint a mini, I get to spend time looking through a treasure trove of options, each one bringing new ideas and inspiration. Books can do the same, but that's not even including homebrew campaigns. Unlimited options. You need to decide how you're approaching this hobby. It's very easy to jump in and let the rapids take you along for the ride. I buy most of these things, right? I make YouTube videos about D&D, so I'm on the extreme end. I'm incredibly fortunate enough to receive books from Wizards of the Coast, and I'd love to someday have a working relationship with Whiz Kids too. All that means I'm not the average player or dungeon master, but there are some people over on minisgallery.com with tens of thousands of minis in amazing storage setups that make mine look like nothing. You probably won't need to buy every book on every platform. You might not need 3 duplicates of every mini. Consider buying singles from your local store or miniature market. And for the record, they're not a sponsor or anything. I've just been a very happy customer for years. Also, maybe you don't need the exact mini for each creature. Can't find a large mini for your Rune Knight? Okay, use a Banderhob. Any spectral thing will cover you with ghosts, wraiths, specters, and more. Heck, you can go with the classic M&M method in a pinch. Just remember, whoever beats it, eats it. I can't define for you what makes sense, but you've got to take a step back and consider if you're being responsible with your hobby. If buying everything works out for you, hats off, enjoy it. If you're only able to buy discounted older stuff, no worries, you're still going to have tons of fun. Everybody's definition of reasonability is going to vary based on income, need, desire, and a million other things. It's up to you to decide. Oh, and those books, you can find them pretty easily for $30 instead of $50, a ton of places. D&D Beyond and Roll20 often have huge sales. You do what you want to, but just keep that in mind next time you smash pre-order on something you're not even sure if you'll use. If you do need to smash, consider smashing those like and subscribe buttons. Let me know in the comments what you consider a reasonable expense for your hobbies and collections. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.